How much passive income did I receive this month? Passive income is the money you get paid for doing absolutely nothing. For the last 13 years, I've been investing spare money each month, mainly into UK large cap companies who pay reliable dividends. I reinvest the dividends and allow them to compound over time. By using a stocks and shares ISA, the dividends I receive are tax-free. This is not financial advice, and I'm just showing you my own journey. At the start of each month is a premium bond draw. The prize rate is currently 2.2%. Your capital is safe, but instead of receiving interest on your money, your bonds have a chance to win a range of different cash prizes from £25 up to £1 million. November was one of those months when I received absolutely nothing. Here are my winnings so far this year. I use premium bonds as my emergency fund, so I never have to sell my shares and can let my dividends grow. On the 4th of November, Bluefield Solar Income Fund paid me some passive income. This company specialises in renewable energy and basically turns sunlight into money. And if you buy shares in this company, some of that money flows back to you. The shares are up nearly 11% this year. They pay out 4 times a year, so on top of that capital growth, I also receive dividend cash of 6%. This chart shows how the dividends have grown since the company was floated on the stock market. It's been fairly stable over the last 4 years. This month, Bluefield Solar paid me a dividend of £60. Please remember to give that like button a quick tap, as it really helps out the channel. Thank you. On the 10th of November, I received a dividend from British American Tobacco. This company is one that could do very well in a recession, and they have a history of growing their dividends. The shares are up 22% this year. They pay out quarterly and the yield is 6.4%. As you can see here, apart from the odd blip, the dividend growth is very impressive. This month, British American Tobacco paid out dividends totalling £205. Another renewable energy company now, Greencoat Wind. They have a growing portfolio of onshore and offshore wind farms. The shares are up 6%, they pay quarterly and the yield is just over 5%. The dividends tend to grow moderately from year to year. This month, Greencoat Wind Energy paid out £90. On the 25th of November, it was the turn of Tesco to pay their shareholders. Tesco has had a difficult year and the shares have fallen 22%. They pay out twice a year and the yield is 5.7%. In 2015 and 16, no dividends were paid at all. How much did they pay out this month? Well, that's a total of £120 from Tesco. On the 30th of November, BAE Systems paid out. The company has done very well this year as countries from around the world have been boosting their defences. The shares are up 47% this year and the yield is 3.1%. You can see from this chart that the company has a good track record of increasing their dividends year after year. This month, BAE Systems paid out a total of £120. The green bars on this graph show my monthly passive income from last year, and the blue bars are this year to compare. Monthly dividends can vary considerably, but from year to year the trend is upwards if you put this income straight back to work. This graph shows how the passive income from January to November compares to last year. I find it very motivating to see it increase year after year, and it makes me want to stick at it. Over a longer time frame, you can see how my average monthly dividends have increased as time has progressed. And if we remove any premium bond prizes, my average monthly dividend income at the time of this video is now £1,159. I want to give honest, full transparency in what I do. So if you stay to the end of this video, I'll reveal which companies I've been buying and selling over the last month. But first, the FTSE 100 ex-dividend dates for the month ahead. 8 companies go ex-div in December, and if you own the shares before this date, then you are entitled to the dividend, which will be paid to you on the payment date. As an example, I own shares in United Utilities, and on the 22nd of December, I will be entitled to 15.17 pence for every share held, and this will be paid to me on the 1st of February. Here are all the payment dates for the month ahead. I'll be expecting December dividends from Unilever, BP, Shell and Imperial Brands. This screen shows the highest yields in the FTSE 100, with Persimmon paying 18% and Rio Tinto paying nearly 10%. With higher yields there is a risk of a dividend cut. My own portfolio has an average yield of 3.9%, which is just above the FTSE 100 average of 3.6%. So what have I been buying this November? Firstly, I've been snapping up more shares in Rolls Royce. They don't pay a dividend at the moment, but they may do in the future. Over the last few weeks, the shares are up over 30%. The fortunes of this company is closely linked to the aviation industry, and eventually demand should return to normal. I'm a long-term investor and I'm prepared to wait. Also on my shopping list was a FTSE 100 ETF. This one gives exposure to the whole index, and you can see here the companies which you would have most exposure to. Sometimes when I can't see any particular bargains, I'll simply add more to this one. I also bought more of an S&P 500 ETF to give me greater global diversification. The ticker code is IUSA. You can see here some of the American giants that you would be invested in. You would of course have exposure to the whole index of 500 companies, but would have a higher weighting in these larger ones. And finally, I've been piling into Vanguard All World High Dividend ETF. The ticker code is VHYL. It gives you exposure to over 1,800 large to mid-cap companies from around the world which pay decent dividends. The yield is 4.1%. This gives me global diversification as well as a good dividend. And now for the sales. I still hold Shell and BP, but I've given both of them another trim to rebalance the portfolio. Oil is cyclical and there will come a time when it will underperform. It is said that those investors who rebalance their portfolios from time to time make an additional 5% on average, which may not seem a lot, but over the course of a lifetime that can be huge. For a full breakdown of my complete share portfolio, then click on this video here. Please give this video a like and tell me how your own dividend journey is progressing. See you next time and happy investing.